you need to know how much house you can afford. So whatever you're paying in rent right now, I would always say to look at that range. And if you have good credit, it will easily be less. Um, and I'll tell you why with number two. When you're looking for a house, your first interest rate is probably not your best. So shop around, let them know what your first one was. My first interest rate was 3.1%. And they tried to get me to buy points to bring it down to 2.85%. And that would have cost me an extra $2,000 to get my points down that low. But instead, I just went to another agent and they offered me 2.625%. And now instead of me having to buy points, they're giving me the same price without me having to do anything. I felt that was disrespectful, by the way. Like, you want me to pay $2,000 for something, and then you're gonna give me something even cheaper without me paying $2,000 when somebody offers me a better price. So that was very disrespectful. And I went with the person who offered me the best deal first. That saved me easily $200 a month, just by switching to another lender. And these are the things that nobody tells you to do, even if they're in real estate. Like, my uncle wasn't telling me switch my lender. My uncle wasn't telling me to drop the price of the home by 5K. He was telling me buy the house with that extra 5K because, you don't want nobody to snatch it up. And he was just sitting down when I was saying, hey, I need a new lender. I need to look for somebody else because I knew race was at 2.75 and I'm getting this bullshit deal at 3.1. And so when I found 2.625, I hopped on that right away. Number three is get your pre-approval. When you get your pre-approval done, people know that you're ready. And when you have a realtor haggling you about your pre-approval, get a new one. And that's exactly what I did. So, having that pre-approval, you're in business. You're in business to close, especially in hot markets. If you're in New York City trying to buy a house and you don't have your pre-approval, you're not buying that house. Somebody else is going to hop on that deal. I'm literally telling a seller that they cannot sell their house because I got them in contract within 24 hours. You understand? So somebody's going to hop on before you. This house would have been sold by if I didn't have my pre-approval. Closed very, very quickly. We close in less than a month and a half when it typically takes about 3 months to close. So you want to have that pre-approval ready or you cannot even enter those conversations. I wanted to bet on that duplex in that B-class neighborhood. Without a pre-approval, it was no shot. So I had that, but I didn't want to risk losing this house. And so, I had to go with this house because you cannot put two offers in on a home. Number four, I would say have a high interest savings account and continue to add to that every single month. Whether you have an investment account, whether you have whatever, always add to your high interest savings account and make that separate from your emergency fund. A high interest savings account that I use is like Goldman Sachs. I do not use regular savings account that give you a penny for every $1,000 you put in. Having a high interest savings account will offer you about $2 to $3 for every 1,000 or 2,000 that you have, and that's better than a penny a month. My brother just started investing last year. He's already made $1,000. He got his high interest savings account. Now he's looking to invest in another account, just like me, literally doing everything that I've done and invest in his own stock so he can make more money. You have to have several accounts. You have to have a stock market account, savings account, high interest savings account, and go from there. Have a plan with all of your money. That's what I do. I put my money to work. I put my money in the stock market to buy a car, put my money in the stock market to buy a house, put my money in the stock market for retirement, to retire off of dividend investing. That's long term. And that's what I use to leverage real estate, to be honest. My dividend investing account that I'm never going to touch. But I get like 15 paychecks every month, so that's ridiculous. And you know, the stock market has better tax breaks than any other market, so that's good too. Um, and then number five, look for people who are interested in teaching you